Hey everybody, hope your day's going well. We are back with a reaction. We have Gordon Lightfoot, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. This was recommended to me after I mentioned that I enjoy storytelling songs. And I saw this one quite often. I don't know much about the SS Edmund Fitzgerald. I know it was a freighter, and I believe it sunk because of a storm, and 29 people lost their lives. That's devastating. Rest in peace to those people. It's been a while. I'm not sure. So let me check out this song. So this is about that. Wow, that's already very powerful. This is the lyric video, by the way.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. Then later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling?
Wow, that's an eerie song, especially the build up, and I love his voice, man. What the tonality of his voice is very warm, and wow. It's just the strumming pattern of the acoustic guitar as well. But just the buildup of the story, we know, that the ship, it's called the wreck. We know that it sunk, but just the way he built that up, the journey of it, the visiting steel mills, maybe Detroit is famous for that, for steel. I don't know. I'm not American, so I'm not sure. But and later that night when the ship's bell, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? So like implying there was already this feeling like, I feel a light breeze now, but that could turn into a storm, and a seasoned captain, seasoned crew might already, they know that, you can feel what might be a little wind now can turn into something much, much greater. I'm not a sailor, but these people know that. I don't. Wow, so powerful, so eerie. This feeling.
The north wind they've been feeling. The wind in the wires made a tattletale sound, and the wave broke over the railing. Every man knew, as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November come stealing. The dawn came late and the breakfast had to wait when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind. Supper time came, the old cook came on deck saying, fellas, it's too rough to feed you. At 7 p.m. a main hatchway caved in. He said, fellas, it's been good to know ya. The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. And later that night, when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Wow, that was that part, man. Like, it's already the sea, or the lake. I believe they're on a lake. Is already too rough to even cook and to feed, and then the captain, a hatchway caved in. Hey, fellas, been good to know you. Like, we don't know, of course. I don't know what the last moments of this type of situation is, but man, it's wow. And the captain wired in, he had water coming in. Of course, we're not sure exactly. I don't know how much is known, but in the song you assume certain things, of course, in the writing, but it's done so well. It's such an eerie feeling, like I said. Like, man, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep and took water. And all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. Lake Huron rolls, Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. And the iron boats go, as the mariners all know, with the gales of November remembered. In a musty old hall in Detroit they prayed in the Maritime Sailors' Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. And the legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early.
That's a tragic story, man. It's definitely very well built up, and then at the end, it's a tough one to listen to, knowing that this is a true story or based on a true story, and At the end, that was, in the Maritime Sailors Cathedral, the church bell chimed to the rank 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. Wow. And the November gale, the gales of November, that might be a sailor term, or at least something that they know that could be dangerous. Like they also talked about the witch that takes them. So that could be something that the the sailors use, or a term that they know that I don't know of. Might be something like that. So if you know about that, let me know. Man, incredible song, very tragic story, and yeah, the way it was written, it definitely conveys that emotion of what happened that day. Wow. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. Peace.